Good morning, Year 10. This is the last lesson on our small graphs topic, which will just about get you in the right place at half term for the last 3 topics in the summer term. Now hopefully there will be a chance for me to see you all and do a bit of teaching, but if not, you need to continue with your work online so that you're in the right place. We've currently got 7 or 8 of you that are quite a long way behind, and that's going to make it really difficult for you to achieve the grades you need when it gets to your GCSE. I will be sending an email to all parents during half term with what you've done and what you haven't done. Remember, if you have submitted work but not sent me a picture of the work, I will be refusing to accept that as a submission. I will just return it and it will be marked as blank when I return to your parents. So today, inverse graphs should be quite a quick topic for us. So I'm going to do one example and you're going to do 3 questions yourself. So an inverse graph is where you've got y equals 1 over x, or a number over x. So the x is on the bottom. Now the example I'm going to do is similar to that. I'm going to do y equals 4 over x. Now our table of values often looks very different for these, and in the exam it would always give you that table of values. So our table of values today is going to go -2, -1, -0.5, -0.1, 0, 0.1, 0.5, 1 and 2. And the reason for that will become clear when we do our graphs later. Okay, so let's start working out our y values. I'm going to use a calculator for all of this. Remember, the question I'm doing is 4 divided by x. So all I've got is 4 divided by x. So I'm going to do 4 divided by -2. So get my calculator out. 4 divided by -2, I get -2. 4 divided by -1 gives me -4. Okay, 4 divided by -0.5 gives me -8. And 4 divided by -0.1 gives me -40. Okay, I have to even think very carefully about my axes. Now when I put in the next bit, 4 divided by 0, I get an error on my calculator. Now this is not a mistake, it just means that this value doesn't exist. And it means that you can't join this bit of the graph up to this bit of the graph. So I can fill the rest of my numbers in, 40, 8, 4 and 2, and then we can look to plot our graph. So x is going to go from -2 to 2, so I'm going to make sure that my axes are plenty spaced. My y has got to go from -40 to 40, so I'm going to give myself as much space as I can, filling up the page. Okay, put my x on, and I know I've got to have 0.5, I've got to have 1 and 2, so I'm going to go for 2 squares for each number. Then I've got to get up to 40, so every 2 squares is worth 10. Don't forget to label that with a y. Same going down to keep everything nice and consistent. Okay, so I've got a graph that looks like this. So let's do my positives first. 0.1 is at 40, so that's 1, so 0.1 is going to be right close to the axes, and I put across. 0.5 is at 8, 1 is at 4, and 2 is at 2, about there. Okay, I can do the same on my negatives. So I've got -0.1 is -40, so it's going to be there somewhere. -0.5 is -8, about there. -1, -4, -2, -2. Now we can see from this graph that these bits down here at -40 and up here at +40 are a long way away from each other. We do not join them up. And with a graph like this, what we end up doing is we join them up with a smooth curve, but it looks like this. Okay, same on the other side. I can do a smooth curve, but again, it doesn't ever touch my axes. Okay, and the important bit here is that they never touch the axes, they just look like that. We've got something called asymptotes. So an asymptote is where the graph can never touch, and our asymptote here is the x-axis and the y-axis. Label your graph, y equals 4 over x. Make sure all our things are labelled. 3 questions for you to do will be posted on Google Classroom. Have a good day, have a good half term, and I'll get the next topic all set up ready for when we come back on the 1st of June.